Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video from virtualroof.com, where we provide cloud computing services that allow your employees to work from anywhere and still be under one virtual roof. We do this by hosting over 300 software applications and their associated data. All of those applications and data can be accessed and used from any of the devices you see on this screen. If you'd like more information about us, you can go to our website. You could also do a search for virtualroof.com on YouTube. You can send us an email at info@virtualroof.com, or you can call us at 866-932-2281. Okay, in today's video we're going to discuss the differences between ACT for Web and the desktop version of ACT hosted by virtualroof.com. We get asked that question quite a bit. I think most people assume that if they're going to have ACT in the clouds, they need ACT for Web. And that is not the case. You can actually have the desktop version of ACT hosted in the cloud and access that desktop version of ACT from a PC, from a Mac, from a iPad, from an Android tablet, and many other different platforms. And so that's really what I wanted to do today, is show you the differences between, again, ACT for Web and the desktop version of ACT hosted on our servers at virtualroof.com. I'm going to attempt to make this video as short as possible. If you want more detailed information, take a look at our YouTube channel for a video with a similar title. So to start things off, we're going to look at the supported browsers. In ACT for Web, you get Internet Explorer and Firefox are the only two browsers that you can use to access ACT for Web. Under virtualroof.com, you get those two, plus you get Chrome, Safari, and many other browsers, or any number of other browsers that might be out there. Sage eMarketing, SwiftPage. This is a huge marketing tool that you can use with ACT. You can't use it in ACT for Web, but you can with virtualroof.com. Again, we're hosting the desktop versions of ACT. The ability to define fields and customize your database. You cannot do that in ACT for Web. You can in virtualroof.com. Customize your layout, smart task editing and adding, customizable menus and toolbars, the ability to add activity types, the ability to edit or add reports, labels, and envelopes, the ability to right-click on the screen and get a menu, database maintenance, add-on applications. You can host some of them with ACT for Web, but most of them don't work with ACT for Web, and it also depends on the hosting provider and their willingness to host those add-on applications. Sage Hosting, or what's now SwiftPage, will not host add-on applications for you. We host Accounting Links, Topline Dash, Topline Designer, Duplication Wizard, Exponential, Call on CRM, Handheld Contact, Oak Merge, and a number of other add-on applications, and we're willing to look at additional add-on applications that you might need hosted as well. Other applications. Now, I'm not talking about ACT add-on applications at this point. I'm talking about things like Microsoft Office, QuickBooks, Peachtree, Sage 50, Adobe, and many more applications. We actually host over 300 software applications. With ACT for Web, you're not getting any of those. Secure data storage. We provide you space on our server where you can store all kinds of files. We actually give you 3 drives, H, K, and S, and you can store spreadsheets, documents, PDF files, accounting data, anything you want on those drives. Some of those drives are personal private drives to you, and some of those drives are shared drives that you can share with other members in your organization. Okay, most important of all, the ability to work from anywhere. A lot of people think that if they have ACT for Web, they can work from anywhere. Well, we don't believe that's the case, and here's the reason. If you can't access the rest of your applications, like Microsoft Office and like QuickBooks and things like that, then how are you going to be able to work from anywhere? Now, maybe you've got Microsoft 365 and maybe you've got QuickBooks Online, and now you've got 3 separate solutions that are not linked together from 3 separate providers. We host all of those applications, and we host the full desktop versions of those applications, so you're not compromising on any functionality or features. Okay, So here's back again to the list that we just talked about, including the work from anywhere down at the bottom. What about the price difference? Well, for Act4Web, you're going to spend around $30 a user. Most of the hosting providers out there charge $30 a user. With us, we start at $49 per user, and that's with just Act hosted, and that's a fair comparison since the other folks are only hosting Act as well, but even there, it's only Act4Web. So you're looking at $19 per month per user more to get a full desktop and to get the full desktop version of Act and have shared space and stored space up on the server. That's only 63 cents a day. And so now I have a 63-cent question for you. I don't know what you make in an hour or in a day's worth of time, but would you be able to be 63 cents more productive per day if you had all of the capabilities listed here under virtualroof.com? Okay, I know I said I was going to keep this video short, but I just couldn't resist. I got to show you a few of these differences just to whet your appetite, and hopefully you'll go and watch the longer video showing the differences between the two programs. So I'm going to first of all jump over here to, here's our portal page. This is Google Chrome. This is where you log in. Now I'm going to go to the virtual desktop. By the way, this screen that I was on to start out with, which is now this beautiful mountain valley, this is my local desktop in Orlando, Florida. Now I'm going to go to the virtual desktop, and this screen that you're seeing now is coming from Bellingham, Washington. So I'm logged in, I'm using Act in the clouds, but this is the desktop version of Act. So let me show you real quick. If I go to my tools pull down menu, look how long this menu is, okay? Reports. Notice right here, new template, edit template. Under the right pull down menu, Sage eMarketing. There it is, okay? So I can use Sage eMarketing from here. Under the schedule pull down menu, manage smart tasks, which means I can go in here and add and edit existing smart tasks and add new ones, okay? If I go across here, you can just look at how long these menus are, and you can see file and edit and view, by the way, don't even exist in Act4Web. In Act4Web, it starts with the lookup pull-down menu. Okay, so there's all of these things. If I go to Tools, here's Design Layouts, here's Define Fields. Okay, now, if I go, oh, by the way, one of the things I did not mention in the slide presentation is the drag and drop capability on the calendar. So if I want to drag this particular activity and drop it over here on the 7th, I can do that. You can't drag and drop in Act4Web. All right. I'm going to try to wrap this up. Here's Internet Explorer running Act4Web. Look at the Tools pull-down menu first. Look how short that is. Oh my goodness. There's no defined fields. There's no design layouts. Okay? Under Reports, there's no edit reports. You cannot edit the reports. You can't create new reports. Under the right pull-down menu, there's no Sage eMarketing. Can't do that. Okay? Under the Schedule pull-down menu, there's nothing here to manage smart task. You got manage scheduled smart task. It sounds kind of like that, but look, you can't add smart task. You can't add smart task. You can't edit existing smart task. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And as I said, it starts with the lookup pull down menu. So file and edit are completely missing, and view is completely missing. So that's it. I mean, if you go to the calendar, let's go to the month calendar real quick. And you can see how long it takes to load this. Then I'm going to go to the monthly calendar. And look, here we go. We was kind of waiting on it there. And if I try to drag this presentation right here that's on the 16th down to the 23rd, look, all it's trying to do is highlight everything that's on my calendar. So that doesn't work either. That's really what I'm here to show you, plus the fact that on the virtual desktop, if I go actually to the virtual desktop itself, look at this. I've got Microsoft Office hosted on here. I've got QuickBooks on here. If I go to my computer and go to Explore, there's my my K drive and my S drive. This is where I can share files and folders with other users on our team. So I literally can work from anywhere because I can pull up everything that has anything to do with our company, whether it's a software application or whether it's data, and I can use it and do whatever I need to do. And I can be at a baseball game, I can be in an airplane, I can be at a ski resort, I could be at a cafe, just as if I'm sitting at my desk and everybody is under the same on the same system on the same server live at the same time as if they're in the same building together under one virtual roof. Thanks again for taking a few minutes to watch this video from virtualroof.com. If you'd like more information about us, you can go to our website. You could also do a search for virtualroof.com on YouTube. You can send us an email at info@virtualroof.com, or you can call us at 866-932-2281.